Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered why that stubborn belly fat won't budge, even though you've been eating healthier, walking every day, and cutting back on sweets? You're not alone. And no, it's not because you're lazy or doing something wrong. The truth is, after 60, your body quietly changes behind the scenes in ways most people, including many doctors, never talk about. It's not just about calories or crunches anymore. It's about a sneaky shift in your hormones that makes your body act like it's storing up for winter, even when you're doing everything right. And the main player behind this change? A powerful stress hormone called cortisol. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Stress? But I'm retired. I don't have a boss breathing down my neck anymore. And that's true. But the stress we're talking about isn't just emotional. It's biological. It's happening deep inside your body, triggered by poor sleep, blood sugar swings, inflammation, even certain foods you thought were healthy. Cortisol isn't a bad guy. In fact, it's essential for survival. It wakes you up in the morning, helps you respond to danger, and regulates your blood pressure and energy. But here's the catch. After 60, your adrenal glands, the small organs that produce cortisol, can get out of rhythm. Instead of releasing just the right amount at the right times, they start pumping out too much, too often, even when there's no real threat. And when cortisol stays high, it tells your body to hold on to fat, particularly around your midsection. That's right. Belly fat isn't just about what you eat. It's a biological signal, a message your body is sending. Something's off. I need to protect myself. It's kind of like your body is stuck in emergency mode. And in that state, it's going to hoard energy, fat, slow down metabolism, and make it harder to lose weight, no matter how clean you eat or how far you walk each day. But here's the good news. This isn't permanent. You can rebalance your hormones naturally and gently, without crash diets or grueling workouts. And once you do, your body starts letting go of the belly fat, not because you're forcing it, but because it finally feels safe to. Let's break this down further. Cortisol works like a traffic cop, directing where energy goes. When it's balanced, your body uses fat for fuel, muscles stay strong, and energy stays steady. But when cortisol is too high for too long, your body flips into survival mode. It stores fat, especially the kind that wraps around your organs, known as visceral fat. This type of fat doesn't just sit there. It actually behaves like an organ itself, releasing chemicals that cause more inflammation and disrupt insulin, another important hormone we'll talk about soon. A study from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that older adults with high cortisol had significantly more abdominal fat, even if their total body weight was normal. That means you could look thin in your arms and legs, but still have dangerous fat packed around your midsection. And that belly fat isn't just uncomfortable, it raises your risk for diabetes, heart disease, and even memory loss. But here's something most people don't realize. The very things we often do to lose weight, like skipping meals, doing long cardio sessions, or cutting too many calories, actually make the problem worse. Why? Because your body sees those things as stress. And when your body is stressed, guess what it releases? More cortisol. It becomes a vicious cycle. You try to lose weight by eating less or exercising more. Your body gets stressed. Cortisol spikes. Your metabolism slows. You store more fat. And suddenly you're more tired, more frustrated, and more stuck than before. So what's the way out? It's not about pushing harder. It's about working smarter. With your body, not against it. The first step is to create an environment where your cortisol naturally settles back into a healthy rhythm. That doesn't mean living in a bubble of peace or going off to a mountain retreat, though that sounds nice. It means small, daily habits that send your body the message. You're safe. You can relax now. One of the most powerful ways to do this is through sleep. Not just getting to bed early, but getting deep, uninterrupted sleep. The kind that leaves you feeling refreshed in the morning. Most seniors don't realize that fragmented or shallow sleep sends your cortisol levels soaring. Your body thinks, uh-oh, something's wrong, I better prepare for trouble, and holds on to fat. Creating a calming bedtime routine, turning off screens at least 45 minutes before bed, and using relaxation techniques like slow breathing can all help your cortisol reset overnight. And the effects add up. Just a few nights of good sleep can begin to melt away hormonal resistance. And yes, belly fat too. The second strategy, stop skipping breakfast and start making it count. Within the first hour of waking, your cortisol is naturally at its peak. If you delay eating or just have coffee, it stays high longer. But if you have a protein-rich breakfast, like eggs, Greek yogurt, or a smoothie with healthy fats, you're telling your body, we're nourished, we're not in danger, you can stand down now. Cortisol drops, and your metabolism wakes up. Now let's be real. Change doesn't happen overnight, but you don't need overnight. What you need is consistency. Just a few small adjustments. Better sleep, a nourishing breakfast, gentler exercise can start turning the ship around. And as cortisol calms down, other hormones begin to step back into place. Testosterone, insulin, estrogen, they all start dancing together again instead of crashing into each other. And that's when the magic happens. Your energy comes back, your cravings ease up, and your belly starts to shrink, almost as a side effect of restoring harmony inside. It's never too late to rebalance your body. And it starts with understanding that you're not broken. Your body isn't against you. It's just been trying to protect you in the only way it knows how. Now, you're giving it new instructions, and it's listening. Now that we've talked about cortisol, the stress hormone that quietly triggers belly fat storage, let's turn to some of the other hormonal players that often go out of balance after 60. These hormones don't just affect your waistline. They influence your mood, sleep, energy levels, even your memory. And when they're not working together properly, you might feel like your body has changed in ways you don't recognize anymore. Let's begin with a hormone many people think they understand. Insulin. It's known as the blood sugar hormone, and yes, it helps manage how your body uses glucose. But insulin is also a major fat storage hormone, and if your insulin levels are chronically high, even just slightly, your body is much more likely to store belly fat and much less likely to burn it for energy. Here's the part that surprises most seniors. You don't need to be diabetic for insulin to be a problem. You could have normal blood sugar readings and still be experiencing what's called insulin resistance, a condition where your cells stop responding to insulin's signal. Your pancreas responds by pumping out more and more of it, and over time, that high insulin locks your body into fat storage mode. This insulin resistance often begins with innocent choices. That whole grain cereal you've been told is healthy, the toast with jam, or even just snacking too often throughout the day. Your body never gets a break from managing blood sugar, and insulin never gets a chance to come down. Pair that with high cortisol, and you've got a perfect hormonal storm for weight gain, especially in the belly. So what's the fix? Surprisingly, it's not about cutting out all carbs. It's about learning how to pair foods in a way that keeps insulin stable. For example, when you eat carbohydrates, always combine them with healthy fats or protein. Have berries with Greek yogurt. Eat your rice alongside salmon and avocado. These pairings slow down the sugar spike and tell your body, we've got this under control. One simple tip, try to limit your eating window. Even a gentle 12-hour overnight fast, like finishing dinner at 7 p.m. and not eating again until 7 a.m., gives your body a much-needed break to reset insulin levels. That one small habit, practiced daily, can make a huge difference. Now let's talk about two more hormones you might not realize are still affecting your body after 60. Estrogen and testosterone. Most people associate estrogen with women and testosterone with men. But the truth is, both men and women need both hormones. And when these hormones dip too low, or worse, fall out of balance with each other, your body takes notice. In fact, fat cells themselves can produce estrogen. So when estrogen levels drop, the body clings to fat in an attempt to restore hormonal balance. It's a survival instinct, not a flaw. For women, the postmenopausal drop in estrogen often brings symptoms like weight gain, brain fog, poor sleep, and mood swings. For men, declining testosterone doesn't just impact strength or libido. It affects energy, motivation, and yes, belly fat. Now here's where it gets really interesting. These three hormones, cortisol, estrogen, and testosterone, are in constant conversation. If cortisol is too high, it suppresses testosterone. If estrogen is too low, your body tries to compensate by holding on to fat, which ironically produces more estrogen, but in the wrong places and in the wrong amounts. This hormonal tug of war creates a situation where you feel stuck. Less muscle, more fat, low energy, poor sleep, and no idea how to fix it, but you can fix it. And you don't need hormone replacement therapy to get started. Your lifestyle is a powerful hormonal tool if you use it the right way. Let's start with testosterone, the hormone that fuels muscle, confidence, and fat burning. Yes, even for women. One of the best ways to boost it naturally? Strength-based movement. I'm not talking about lifting heavy weights in a gym, unless you want to. Even doing bodyweight squats while holding onto the back of a chair or gently pressing your hands against the wall can wake up muscle tissue. And muscle isn't just for strength, it's metabolically active. That means it burns calories, supports blood sugar, and keeps your hormones more balanced. Here's a beautiful thing about muscle after 60. It's not too late to build it. Your body still responds, slowly at first, but consistently if you keep showing up. A 15-minute session twice a week is all it takes to start seeing changes. And those changes go far beyond the scale. You'll sleep better, move with more confidence, and yes, your belly will start to shrink. What about estrogen? Can you influence that naturally too? Absolutely. While you may not bring back the hormone levels of your 30s, you can support healthy estrogen metabolism, especially by eating foods rich in fiber, healthy fats, and certain micronutrients. Leafy greens like kale and spinach are rich in magnesium, which calms the nervous system and helps lower cortisol. Flax seeds contain plant-based estrogens that support hormonal balance, and cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cabbage help your body process estrogens safely through the liver. And don't forget about zinc, found in foods like pumpkin seeds and lentils, which help support both estrogen and testosterone regulation. One more underrated superstar: vitamin D. Most seniors are deficient, especially those who spend a lot of time indoors. Vitamin D acts more like a hormone than a vitamin. It supports testosterone production, balances mood, strengthens bones, and improves insulin sensitivity, all of which play a role in fat loss and energy. Try to get at least 10 to 15 minutes of sunlight daily, or talk to your doctor about supplementing safely. Remember, your hormones don't exist in isolation. They're part of a network, a conversation. And when one is out of whack, the others start talking louder, trying to overcompensate. But once you calm the loudest voice, usually cortisol, the rest of the system can start to fall back into place. You're not broken, you're just out of rhythm. And the way back isn't punishment. It's nourishment, it's rest, it's listening to your body's cues and responding with care. This isn't about going back in time. It's about moving forward with wisdom and working with your body, not against it. Because even after 60, your body is incredibly responsive, and once you create the right conditions, it will surprise you with how well it can heal, rebalance, and release what it no longer needs, including stubborn belly fat. If you've made it this far, take a moment to feel proud of yourself, because just by learning how your body works after 60, the real reasons behind stubborn belly fat, low energy, and frustrating plateaus, you've already done something most people never do. You've started listening to your body with compassion instead of criticism. And now, we're going to bring all of this together into a simple daily rhythm. Not a diet, not a boot camp, just 3 daily habits designed to gently reset your hormones, especially cortisol, insulin, testosterone, and estrogen, so your body starts working with you instead of fighting against every effort you make. Let's start with your morning. This is when your hormones are most impressionable. What you do in the first 30 to 60 minutes after waking sets the tone for your entire day. So here's habit 1. Reset your morning metabolism. Before you reach for coffee, your phone, or the remote, step outside. Even on a cloudy day, natural morning light signals your brain to lower melatonin and regulate cortisol. This simple practice anchors your circadian rhythm, your body's internal clock, and helps keep cortisol in check all day long. Just 5 to 10 minutes is enough. Next, eat a protein-rich breakfast. I'm talking about eggs, plain Greek yogurt with berries and seeds, or a smoothie with flax seeds, nut butter, and a clean protein powder. This combo tells your body, we're safe, we're nourished. It stops cortisol from staying elevated and prevents those wild blood sugar swings that often lead to snacking and cravings later. This one habit, Getting light first thing and eating a grounding breakfast is slight, may sound small, but it's a hormonal powerhouse. It creates calm and stability before the chaos of the day even begins. Now let's talk about the midday hours, often when we start to feel sluggish, snacky, or stiff. That's where habit number 2 comes in. Move gently and eat for hormone support. You don't need a gym or a trainer. You just need movement that engages your muscles, because muscle is your metabolic engine. A quick 15-minute session at home with squats to a chair, light resistance bands, or even walking up and down the hallway does wonders. Not only does it boost testosterone and insulin sensitivity, but it also lifts your mood and improves sleep later on. After your movement, have a magnesium-rich meal. Think spinach salad with avocado and pumpkin seeds, or lentils with steamed greens and olive oil. Magnesium helps calm the nervous system, lower cortisol, and support better sleep at night. It's like nature's stress reliever, and most people over 60 are low in it without realizing. And now, we come to the most overlooked, but perhaps the most powerful part of your day, your evening ritual. This is habit number 3, prepare your body for deep, restorative sleep. It starts with winding down intentionally, not falling asleep in front of the TV or scrolling your phone until your eyes hurt, but instead setting the stage for sleep like you would set the table for a good meal. Dim the lights an hour before bed. Put away screens 45 minutes before you lie down. This alone can double your melatonin output, the hormone responsible for deep, healing sleep. And right before bed, spend 10 to 15 minutes doing slow belly breathing. Not just casual deep breathing, but intentional diaphragmatic breaths that activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the part of you that handles rest, digestion, and recovery. Here's how. Sit quietly. Place one hand on your chest and one on your belly. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 seconds, letting your belly expand. Hold it for 4 seconds. Then exhale through your mouth for 6 seconds. Do that 8 to 10 times. You'll feel calmer almost immediately, and over time, it helps reset your entire hormonal landscape. One study showed that seniors who practiced this kind of breathing daily had significantly lower cortisol levels, better sleep quality, and even reduced waist circumference. That's right, breathing, done consistently, can literally shrink your belly over time. If you want to take it a step further, enjoy a cup of calming herbal tea with chamomile, lemon balm, or passion flower, or take a warm bath with Epsom salts for extra magnesium absorption. Now you might be thinking, that's it? Just light, food, movement, and breathing? Yes, and that's the beauty of it. These aren't extreme measures. They're consistent, gentle cues that tell your body, you're safe, you can let go. And when your body feels safe, fat starts to melt away, not from restriction, but from restoration. Not from punishment, but from peace. Let's be clear, belly fat after 60 isn't just about what you eat or whether you exercise. It's a hormonal message. And now that you understand that message, you have the power to change it. When cortisol calms, when insulin stabilizes, when testosterone and estrogen fall back into rhythm, your metabolism reawakens. You feel lighter, clearer, and more energized. Your sleep deepens, your cravings lessen, and your belly, it begins to flatten naturally because the real root cause has been addressed. And here's one last thing I want you to remember. You are not too old, too broken, or too late to feel better. Your body is listening, even now. Even if it's been years of struggle, disappointment, or confusion, the moment you start giving your body what it needs, it begins to shift. And the change that follows, it's not just on the outside, it's in your energy, your mindset, your freedom. So start small. Step outside in the morning. Eat a meal that nourishes instead of spikes. Move gently, breathe deeply, and sleep like your future depends on it. Because in many ways, it does. If this video spoke to you, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. What's one small change you're going to try starting today? And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend or loved one who might need some encouragement too. Because after 60, life isn't slowing down, it's shifting. And when you support your body with the right habits, it rewards you with the strength, energy, and confidence to live your best years with joy and freedom. Here's to feeling better, moving better, and living better. One day, one breath, one gentle choice at a time.